So anyway, that's what I said to him. What the? Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. It is a pleasure to welcome you today to this, your small town police report. It is Wednesday, and we have a lot of catching up to do with various scoundrels and general tomfoolery. It's General Tomfoolery. It's so nice to see you. It's been forever. It's a joke. Humor. So we have to pick up from where we left off with last week being the snowpocalypse, as it's hitting again, which is really unfortunate. But starting off, February 14th, a female dressed all in black was reported walking down the middle of South River Road toward Main Street. A complainant stated that her elderly neighbor had been letting a homeless man stay in his shed out back. She reported that the subject had been yelling and screaming for a while and seemed to be throwing things in the shed. She believed he was intoxicated. Probably a good sign. A stop sign was reported on the ground at 8th and Washington Streets. Which poses the question, if a stop sign is on the ground and no one can see it, do the cops still give you a ticket when you run it? I forgot to find that out later. An elderly woman with a walker was reported standing on a corner on Gateway Boulevard with a sign asking for gas. She told the responding officer that she was trying to get back to Roseburg. February the 15th, a male subject was reported walking around at Walmart in a hospital gown. Pretty sure I've seen a movie like that. Customers were complaining as it was wide open. Never mind, I've never seen a movie like that. Oh, it goes on. We've got a two-parter. The subject then locked himself in the family restroom. Officers escorted the subject to an LTD bus stop to be en route to the Eugene area. Because apparently, goods and services are not the only things we export in small towns. A previously marked and tagged utility trailer was moved from Jefferson Avenue. A story from the previous week, so we like to keep current with our activities. February the 16th, an injured deer was reported laying in the middle of the roadway at Bennett Creek and Elk Drive. I'm sorry, there's weird punctuation. An injured deer was reported laying in the middle of the roadway at Bennett Creek and Elk Drive. A deer was laying at Elk Drive. I can't write these things. They write themselves. Public Works was contacted and the deer was removed. However, it's still named Elk Drive. A complainant forgot her purse in Walmart, probably after seeing the gentleman with the uncovered hospital gown. When she came back, it was missing. Cue suspenseful music. February 17th, a male subject appeared to be passed out in the bushes on Gateway Boulevard. Upon officer contact, the subject was noticeably intoxicated, but able to care for himself. He declined a courtesy transport. A brown and white male stray dog was found behind McDonald's. A citizen turned it over at the police station where it was impounded. I didn't know you could do that to dogs. I know you could place them in the pound, but I didn't know you could actually impound a dog. The more you know. An officer arrested a subject harassing customers in front of Safeway. The subject was found to have a warrant for unlawful use of a weapon and menacing. And I promised you more because we've got a whole nother more. Because I missed last week. I missed you all so very much. So we carry right on to February the 18th. Drug paraphernalia, it's a funny word, in the form of 2 syringes was found in a restroom of a restaurant at Row River Road. I should have started off with that because that's alliteration, gets the mouth all warmed up. A Main Street business reported receiving a counter $100 bill. Not a counterfeit, but a counter $100 bill. It's like when you're fighting and they count it, except this was a counter $100 bill. February the 19th, a noise complaint was reported at 1:02 a.m. when there was a group of people screaming and singing extremely loud, quotation marks, in front of a location on Main Street. In other news, my birthday party was a resounding success. A complainant on K Street reports on ongoing neighborhood problem in which her cats are being attacked on the sidewalk in front of her house by a dog. It's rather unfortunate. February the 20th, a noise complaint at 1:21 p.m. was reported on 8th Street. An officer reported that the complainant was unfounded and that the radio was tuned to a very reasonable level. At 1:21 p.m. Theft was reported at Cottage Grove High School when $350 of makeup was reported stolen from the locker room. The subject was last seen walking down Main Street looking like a clown. Founded reports they were asking if people float is completely unfounded. A noise complaint was reported at 438 on Jefferson Street. Upon arrival, there was no music playing. However, the music in the complainant's head was still going very loudly. February the 21st, a man reported being the victim of a hit and run on Main Street. The man reported that he was walking across the crosswalk when a driver, who was looking down at her lap, hit him and his dog and proceeded to drive away. That's just unfortunate. A suspicious subject was reported on River Road when a man was acting shady as he was dragging a wheelbarrow full of boxes. Is it just me, or does that sound like a Tom Waits song? I'm pretty sure that is a Tom Waits song. If you can find it, please link it. February the 23rd, a man and woman were reported being the victims of a hit and run on Highway 99. After field interviews, it was determined to be an unfounded claim. A lot of hit and runs going on. February 24th, reckless driving was reported in a parking lot when vehicles were doing donuts. February 25th, the log was filled with individuals reporting traffic hazards and welfare checks in response to the snow, because this town went absolutely crazy. Everything was shut down. Snowmen attacking people, it was terrible. February 25th, continuing on, several juveniles were reported to have ran into a power box with their vehicle and were attempting to remove the vehicle and leave the area. February the 27th, an individual on Highway 99, very much active on Highway 99 recently, was seen hiding out in snow piles. When called out to, the subject reported that he had been jumped, possibly by Frosty, who knows? An extensive area check proved to be negative. Well, if it's Frosty, of course he's going to hide in the snow piles that the man isn't hiding in. February the 28th, a pair of noise complaints, that's two, were made by an individual on 8th Street as the neighbor was reported playing the music very loudly at 1:19 a.m. I always love it when they get specific with the time. March the 2nd, because this whole town, as I said, shut down between those dates. A citizen assistance was requested after a woman reported two girls throwing snowballs at her car. A noise complaint? Seriously again? I wasn't that active. A noise complaint was received after an individual reported several people in front of a location on Main Street at 10:36 p.m. Officers reported that it was a normal amount of noise in and out of the business. And finally, on March 3rd, a complainant on Harrison Avenue reported that the neighbors were launching illegal fireworks at 12:23 a.m. because there's not much else to do when your town is destroyed by snowflakes. And I'm looking outside my window, and it is snowing again. And I am just so happy about that. Anyway, be sure to tune in next week as we do more of the small town shenanigans and tomfoolery. I think it was General Tomfoolery who was over there. It was a callback joke from the beginning. But be sure not only like this video, but subscribe to the channel as well, because I put out a lot of interesting content. And if you can think of a wacky voice that you want me to do the next police report in, please post below, and the one with the most likes is the one that I'll do, because it'll be fun. And also, tune in this Friday as we continue more of the Scarecrow Horror Show. Ooh, spooky. Until then, this is Krowbot, powering down.